We are now recording. Just so everybody's aware, this is a live recording. We're doing this mostly so we have the content so we can share it with the community. If anybody asks any questions, it might be shared somewhere, so you're welcome to write it in chat if you're uncomfortable with that. But just so you're aware, it is being recorded. So, starting off, there might be some newer people checking this out. So let's start at the very beginning, where we got started and sort of the mission statement, what we're here for, what we're looking forward to in this project. I'll let you take it away.
So yeah, basically there was an idea that we got from a bar that's like an art bar in Houston, in our hometown, and we basically took that idea of having like a place where artists can come and do their music, do their art, and have a basically a home to monetize themselves. Set up booths, set up stalls. They could do whatever they want. So we thought maybe taking that into the metaverse and using NFTs to kind of create security for some of these musicians that are coming in.
Absolutely. And then we talked quite a bit about, I guess, the different use cases as well as doing cross chain compatibility.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So the big thing about metaverse is the interoperability. So you're gonna have to, what are you bringing to the table? And essentially, we're looking to be, the music hub of the metaverse. So giving independent artists a platform to basically stand on, monetize their music, all that good stuff.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Trying to think if there's any other stuff that we got to cover for the new guys coming in here. I guess as far as what we're building out, we're doing land plots. We're going to have a virtual world that you can go into. In that virtual world, everything's going to be plug and play with that. So if people have assets that they're purchasing inside the metaverse, they can showcase that in their own land plots. So they'll have
Mhm.
their own houses, their own stuff they can build up. You can put up your own concert posters, all that stuff. Um, as far as plug and play with other metaverses, we're going to try to set up and meet with some of these other big groups to see if they have assets that we want to be able to use and they have community members that want to come into our community, what stuff they can bring in and what stuff will be plug and play with our metaverse. Um, I think that really covers a lot of the concept that we're starting off with.
I guess we
Let's
can
see.
go over our roles for the new people,
Yeah,
title
yeah,
roles for the new
everything's
people.
been sort of well defined over the last week here.
Yeah. So I know Sean's in here. Do you want to introduce yourself?
If he's feeling up to it.
Yeah. If not, that's cool.
Otherwise, just tap
Uh,
out.
yeah, Sean, he's the CEO. He's basically the head of everything. Um, I would be president. Gunpoint is now vice president. We have Mal as a secretary. She's been doing fucking amazing. Billy, you want to explain your?
Basically, guys, anything that you need in terms of human resources, any help that you need in any interactions that you'll be having, and I'll be overseeing anything that has to do with human
Nice, nice.
resources.
Heck yeah. And then, yeah, man. And then we also have Anthony here. Anthony's been a big help in
Mhm.
basically editing some video footage for me, getting some advertising stuff together. And he's been working a lot on just basic outreach for some of these communities. Like we were saying, we want to be able to do cross chain compatible project. So we've been having him reach out to some of these other groups and say, what stuff do you guys have that you would want to bring into other communities? And can you guys meet up with us? Let's see how we can make this a system where people can carry one thing from your community right to ours and essentially bring our stuff to theirs as well.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep.
as
And
far
then
as the, oh,
good.
I was going to say, as far as the artists go, we've already, for the ones that have been here, we've already signed a couple of artists to get them up on our website. We have a lot of people interested. We have some people on the sidelines kind of watching. They're curious what the platform is about. They're still waiting to see a little bit more about it. Um, so we're going to be consistently reaching out, getting more people in, And in doing that, we've actually set up a package tier that I'll let you go over, basically allowing people that want to support the project, people that want to be a part of it, different levels that they can basically become a supporter on Patreon. And we have a separate one for users, a separate one for artists. So hopefully something for everybody and a good price point where anybody can donate as much as they want or as little as they want to keep everyone comfortable and feel well supported in this community.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice, Mustafa.
Yeah, nice to meet you, man. So, I mean, did you want to share your screen and go over those, or did you want to just post them in chat?
Let's just post them in chat so everybody can read them, and then we can pin them too. Let me grab it from the other chat here. There we go. I got to get less chats. I'm going to go through here and just start deleting stuff.
Yeah, we are going to start minting music this week too.
Heck yeah. Yeah, we got a couple artists that are just begging to get monetized. So we want to get them going as fast as possible and allow them to start generating some revenue, because there's guys that are in different countries where they're just not able to monetize the way that we can here. And for them to have an opportunity where they can share their stuff overseas, it's something where they would never be able to do that otherwise. So this is providing them a major platform. Hopefully that can be generating a little bit for them in a space that they would never be able to touch otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess we can go over the supporter packages. As far as users, we're going to have basically a $5 package that gets you listed as a supporter on our Discord, or basically any supporter list that we have for our Patreon posted anywhere. The $20 package is going to give you an exclusive entry into like any Patreon airdrops that we do. So if we do any Patreon airdrops for, any of the assets in game, any, really anything that we do for our Patreons, as far as like airdropping NFTs, you'll be entered into a raffle for that. It won't be guaranteed, but we'll have a certain supply that will basically be airdropped to that tier. We have the $100 package, which will basically give you everything underneath that. Plus, it'll give you, exclusive access to Patreon airdrops. So you'll be guaranteed those airdrops whenever we do airdrops to patrons. It'll give you a 5-time event pass. So like whenever we start doing concerts and venues and stuff like that, for being an early supporter, you'll go ahead and get, 5 free concert passes for any concerts that you want. And then we have the whale package, which is a guaranteed NFT land plot. In order to get that land plot, of course, you'd have to be an active Patreon at that point in time, whenever land plots are released, but you would be guaranteed one of those NFT land plots. The coordinates would be randomized, so you would get in a random coordinates, so you can get anywhere from close to downtown all the way to the edge of the map. So it's just based on the script that we run, and just pick the random coordinates. As far as the artist, we have a tier basically for $10 just for artists that want to, kind of support the project, don't have a big budget, but kind of just want to get their name out there. It's going to give a listing on the website. Any new artists that are coming in, they'll be featured on like a new artist list just for that one, time that they come in, just to kind of give, a little bit of their name out there. The $50, you'll basically be able to, we'll be able to sit down with you, mint your first NFT. That way, we have a package for people who want to come in and maybe, start minting their own NFTs, but they don't know how. We'll actually sit down with you for 30 minutes or so, get some, we'll tell you what we need, what our requirements are, and we'll sit down with you and we'll actually go ahead and mint your first NFT, freeze the data and actually get it listed. We have the $250 package, which is basically gives you a 3-song EP. or it'll give you one song on Ethereum. So it'll give you 3 songs on Polygon, or it'll give you 1 song on Ethereum. And we'll go ahead, sit down with you, and we'll get your music for you. We'll set all of that up for you. We'll set up your collection, mint it, and list it. And then we have the $1,000 package for artists, which is the monthly features, and that basically gives you what do we decide on that was going to be the recurring thing for the month?
Talking about for the $1,000 package.
Yeah.
We were looking at doing the Discord stage access. I know we were going to set up a special channel for the guys that are the top tier package there. Let's see. I know we were doing a promotional post on our social medias too. So we're going to have them basically say if they have a big following on Facebook and they want that to be their showcase, then we'll set up a personalized post for them on there. Let's see. And then, we were talking about doing like a spotlight artist list for that. Minting 10 songs. I'm not sure what the monthly thing was. I know we got that written down on the actual page.
I think I was thinking about the one-time mint for the 10 songs. It'd be 10 songs on Polygon, or we'll be able to do 1 full LP, 3 full songs on Polygon. It's just, we're trying to cover our end for the gas fees, and that's about it. So.
Yeah. A lot of the price points were set up just looking at what the costs would be and looking at what we could actually provide for these guys. So everything's set up in a way that would be able to basically give them exactly what they need to build out their brand. And that's something we want to do down the road is really provide something where the guys that are in these projects, they're able to, showcase their own brand. They're able to showcase their own music and set up a full album with us to where they can share it with their community and share it with us.
Yeah.
So these tiers that you guys are talking about, are they one-time payments, or are they monthly subscriptions?
Yeah, they're monthly subscriptions, but you can choose to go out whenever you want. But really, I mean, it's just a way for people to donate to the project in a meaningful manner, and then receive some kind of supportive reward out of it. And then as far as like your t-shirt thing, we'd be having your own campaign on there. That you'll basically be getting NFT plus t-shirt for $50, and there'll be a limited supply.
Yeah. Was there anything we wanted to expand on with that, or do we want to let him kind of go over a little bit of that himself?
Yeah, I mean, Kenny, if you want to go over that, you're more than welcome.
Yeah. So the idea is our first NFT drop that's official through the OG will be our OG bot that everyone knows and loves. That is the moderator and friend of the chat. And we're gonna match it each NFT image that you can get, which will be limited. We'll have different levels of rarity. Some will be more rare than others. They'll be generated and issued at random. So you have a chance at getting the rarest one for the $50. It's an initial buy. It's pre-drop, $50. Once the drop happens, it'll be $100, but you get, and just like some of the tiers for that $100, you would be included. And like if you're an artist, you would have the option of getting in on the artist sign up, things like that. So we can kind of discuss in detail a little bit, see what you guys are exactly wanting. But with the NFT will come a T-shirt of the actual image of the specific NFT. So you'll be the only one with the shirt and the only one with the NFT of that image. And once that's sold out, there'll be no more. There'll be no more of that generation of OG bot. And hopefully, if everything goes well as it should, those will increase in value quite a bit. I have a good feeling. So it's a good way for people to get involved, and then anticipate that they'll make some money from their investment into the company, because that's really what the initial NFT drop is. It's sort of like a startup to get everyone involved and get the project fully developed and off the ground.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
so we'll be doing that, and then we'll also be starting to mint artist NFT collections in our own collection. So we'll create a OG Ink collection, or basically an OG Ink page, and each artist will essentially have their own collection, which will include, an album or an EP, whatever they decide.
Yep. Yeah. Do you want to go over some of the website updates we're looking at now?
Yeah,
As
did
well
you
as
have
the
those
logo
pictures?
too? Yeah. Let me grab that real quick. I was trying to grab that earlier, and then we started up right away.
Yeah. So we have our new website that's going to be revamped, and it looks actually pretty freaking amazing. Um, it's going to basically follow like our logo design, our color scheme, stuff like that, and a lot of the assets that are on there are just freaking ingenious.
Man, I know I've seen it, and now I can't find the damn website link.
You're probably
Oh,
going
yeah.
to go to the Squarespace.
I know
Yeah.
exactly where it is because I already have access to it. It's in my my page thing. I can't remember what that's built in. I'm
Squarespace?
blanking. Yeah, there we go. I think that was it. It's been such a busy day for me. Like I haven't been this busy in like a month.
Yeah, we sat down for almost 12 hours, 16 hours yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good though. That was a productive day. Where are we at here? There we go. Okay. So we want to just do a screenshot of the front cover.
Yeah, it's all that's we're gonna build out the rest of it. So hey Chuck, what's going on, bub?
Good evening, fellas.
How are
There you
you,
are.
man?
Doing good, just chilling, just listening, having a good time.
That's good. That's what it's about.
All right,
We
I'm gonna
have
post.
we're about to reveal our new website.
Cool. I've been checking out the back end and what y'all have been great. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, there it is.
Continue. Don't let me interrupt.
No, you're good. I was just looking at the website. Yeah, the only thing is it doesn't have the tabs up there yet. But yeah, we're gonna make all that.
Yeah, this is basically the framework for all the graphics. We got a little bit of editing to do, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna look clean.
Oh man, I went to screenshot it, and then I got some Telegram pop-ups from the main chat. There we go.
Yeah, Chuck is an artist too, by the way. If you want to introduce yourself, I think we'll be working together.
Heck yeah.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
good one.
it's
That's
just,
I like that one.
it's just the framework of it, but it gives everybody an idea of like the level we're taking this to. Same as the logo, it's all got to be as clean as possible. So when people come in here, they know that this is a space where they can trust their stuff being posted. They can trust their brand. It's not
Yeah.
something tacked together. It's something that we're working hard on.
So Chuck, when are we gonna mint your NFT, man? We're minting collections this week.
That's my next step. Is just, I guess the last time I went onto what was it, C share or whatnot, and made it. It was just a matter of it's gonna cost so much in gas fees. I'm like, I'm not spending $500.
see, that's where we're using it on Polygon, man. It's gasless. No
Gasless.
fees.
Okay, well, good.
Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice to save. I don't even know how much it costs right now to mint. It's basically like $100 to do anything now on Ethereum.
Yeah. So I mean, we're essentially giving artists the option to mint on Ethereum, or they'll mint on Polygon, right? So Polygon's going to be a lower gas fee. It's like $5 versus 150. So we'll be
You guys tell me. I want to be relevant. I want to be there. I want to be now. I want to be able to do it, but I don't want it to have to cost me a bunch of money just to get one song out. It's just crazy.
And that's exactly what we're gonna keep it from happening. So we got you. We'll make a whole collection for you.
Yeah. Yeah, we got
Well,
artists that are
That's kind of why I'm just kind of checking it out, see what you guys are talking about. And they're like, oh, hey, look, here's an artist. Here he is. Let's talk to him. What does he want? I want cheap gas fees. Right now, I can't
We
even
got
get
you.
more OG, just because all my gas fees. I realized, man, if I don't have a bunch of money in Ethereum, then I can't do anything. It's like I have to
Yeah.
constantly keep feeding the ETH more than anything.
We'll see the so Ethereum 2.0 is supposed to come out in Q2.
Yeah,
So
I've heard that
gonna
last
cut
year.
things down a lot. Yeah, but they got a difficulty bomb out on the miners, and they actually sent out a memo to the miners saying, "Hey guys, ETH 2.0 is coming. You'll better get ready." So it's happening, man. It's gonna happen. I mean, it's already running. It's just
I know everybody wants it. It's just a matter of when. It will
they just
happen.
have to do the merger, man. That's it. You're gonna have a merge of the chains, and then proof of work's gonna cease
I
to exist,
believe
and proof of stake's gonna be
I
new.
don't think everything should go quick. Nothing really that's gonna last a long time should go very quick. It's gonna take a while. So it's all good.
Yeah, but it's gonna be top king whenever that comes out.
I'm like, buy it up while it's cheap right now and then
Yeah.
stake it and hold on.
So is there any other updates that we need to go through?
I think that was the main stuff. I really wanted to sort of end on the website stuff and show people what stuff we're going to have up next. Yeah, we'll have an NFT up this next week here from one of our artists. We got a guy that's actually in Africa, and he's just like struggling to get off the ground, and he's got a lot of talent. He's got some good music out there.
He's good.
But he has no platform. He has no way to get a platform, and so we got a hold of him through a friend of mine that lives in Ghana, and he actually found him as a street musician. And he was like, I told him, go through a couple of these guys, grab your best ones, and have them send me their music, and we'll go through and review it. And so yeah, we finally got a hold of the guy, and he's super friendly, and he's just like, I just want to monetize it. I want to try to make some money off this. So we're helping him get that together and brand it. And the same thing, he has to have cheap gas fees. He's not going to mail us a check for $500 and say, here, it's just laying around my house. He's struggling just like everybody else. So
Well, here, what I really need to know is just kind of exactly what I need to do at this point. I've already got MP3. I mean, I've got so much digitized, so many digitized songs. I put out an album, 50 songs for my 50th birthday. So I've got 50 songs I'm ready to, mint. But it can't cost me a mint to actually mint them.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
I'm
So I mean, essentially,
Well,
essentially
Chuck,
what we
have you
can
seen,
do.
Chuck, have you seen the prices on Polygon?
No, I have not.
Yeah, they're
Well, the
less than a
main thing
penny for
is
some transactions.
yeah, exactly. It is also not just cheaper, even though Ethereum is king right now, and it's just the way it is. The Polygon chain is like fractions of the cost, and
Side chain of Ethereum.
more and more influencers, like on YouTube and stuff, are basically suggesting. Are basically suggesting to use Polygon. That Polygon is going to become more normalized in the next 6 months than people realize because it's
It's
too competitive.
like Polygon is built on layer 2. Like it's built on Ethereum 2.0. So it's
Gotcha.
utilizing Ethereum 2.0 right now. And Ethereum 2.0 is running parallel with ETH proof of work. So eventually ETH proof of work is just going to merge into ETH 2.0, and then you have ETH 2.0 with Polygon already built on.
Gotcha. Well, the cheaper
Exactly. So right now, the best move for pretty much any artist or musician is to be utilizing the ETH2 through the Polygon, and that way, you can mint your 50 songs and it'll cost you nothing.
Yep. So essentially from you, we need your MP3s. We need a picture for every song. We need, we like to put some kind of description for each song, just some kind of in-depth thing for the artist, you know what I mean? To kind of have a connection with their fans. You know, it can be anything from, you know, why you made this song, what you were feeling when you made this song, what it's supposed to represent, you know what I mean? The title and just a description of it. I mean, anything. And then a brief description of who you are, what you know, like your introduction to everybody. And yeah, pretty much that's it. Name of the song, name of the album that it's on, and who the artist is.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I've got all that information for every single one.
Yeah. Then we
We
can
can-
just we can get ready this week. I mean, we're gonna be minting collections this week, so
Come on.
Okay, question for you. Does it have to be MP3 or can we use FLAC or WAV files? I know WAV files are probably a little too large, but
no,
FLAC.
it has to stay under 100 megabytes for the total, including the picture. So
Okay.
there's some
Have you
limitations
got?
on there. And MP3 is probably your best bet for, you know, compressing all that.
Are
Yeah,
you familiar with FLAC at all?
Huh?
Familiar with FLAC, FLAC format.
I have the same question, Kenny. Yeah, when I asked that, I got the same thing. It's got to be under. It just has to be under
Yeah.
a certain volume.
Yeah, and it has to.
Right,
So
right.
they
So
do.
FLAC.
They do.
So
They
FLAC.
do. They do WMP4. They do MP3. They do like a bunch of different formats, and I can get the list over to you. But the main part is that it has to stay under 100 megabytes with the JPEG image.
Well, with the JPEG image, okay. And that I'll check and see if they run FLAC, because FLAC is like a lossless compression, where MP3s, you know, some audio files are kind of apprehensive to MP3. You know, so like if a you know, if an act or an artist is recording on you know, like higher than 44, or you know, doesn't want, you know, they want to use their WAV files. That's why Spotify and these things, you know, are attractive to some of these guys, because they can upload their large files of music without any compression. FLAC is a
Yeah.
good option for lossless compression that can usually keep the number low as far as your
Yeah.
upload.
Whenever we get onto our own platform with our own app where you can import your own stuff onto our own platform, and we're not utilizing, you know, the back end of OpenSea, we're essentially going to be using Filecoin to store all the data. So we'll have limitless file storage systems. So our file sizes, you know, will be to the extent of how much information we can put on an NFT, which is usually around like 200 megabytes at the max.
Excellent. So our intention then is totally to be upgrading over time once we can get to those points, right? And that's what's
Yeah.
great to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, essentially, you know, like right now we're stuck to the limit of 100 megabytes because that's what they provide. Essentially, whenever we go on our own marketplace, we can utilize whatever chain we want, and then we can be wrapping assets over to whatever bridge you want, or whatever, you know, if you want to post it on Ethereum, whatever. But essentially, what we're doing is we're using another chain to do the whole transaction for cheap as hell, and then wrapping the asset and bringing it over to another chain. So it'll be a lot easier for us to be able to break those limitations as far as, you know, data limits.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I just wanted to throw in there, I think down the road we want to have some type of uniform lossless file type that we can just have everything always be in, just
That's
because
gonna
it'll
be
be a lot
Filecoin.
easier for the player.
Filecoin is a lossless file storage system. It's a
Yeah.
decentralized cloud storage system. So as long as the internet's running, you're going to be able to retrieve your data. It's the most redundant with the most security because it's the most fractured. So it'll take your data, it'll split it into sections, and then it'll make copies of those sections. And then those sections are dispersed to the network onto the storage systems that people provide. Basically, it's like mining with your hard drive, right? You
Yeah.
allocate a
It's
certain
like the
amount
old
of
school
partition
torrent
every time.
stuff.
And then, yeah, they'll store stuff on there, and you have to maintain a 90% uptime in order to be considered an active node. to be rewarded, get information, all that stuff. But the point being is that, it's a trustless system that, even if we go under, you'll still be able to retrieve your data and those NFTs will still be able to be played.
Yep, yep. I'm trying to think if we got anything else to cover. I got a lot of questions, but I'm going to save them for the podcast. Oh, I do want to have you touch on the podcast a little bit more too, Billy.
Yeah.
Do you wanna go?
So what we've been discussing is having, just like an OG cast, where we can get artists that are going to be featured in. We can get people on the development team on to talk about what they're doing, what's in the works, and so on and so forth. And anybody in the community that's interested in offering any assistance, I'd really appreciate it. I'm planning pretty much on just doing it like easy peasy on Discord and recording the conversations. We can do a little splicing and editing here and there, but keep it minimal. And I'll be happy to give everybody a voice. And that's the main plan. I'd really like to get Lucky and Momo and Sean on this week if we can. Try to get it done this week, and if we can drop it this week, that'd be great. Next week, that'd be great, and if not, the following week.
Yeah, and another thing I want to touch on is that we're going to be pushing our Discord, interaction a lot more. So, we're probably going to be hanging out in chat there. You can come and hang out with us from time to time, because that's where, any artists that sign up, we're going to have a little spotlight for them. We're going to have the stage basically to where, if you have followers, you can actually set up like a little Discord kind of event to where, they can come listen to you, you can play or you can talk, just to your fans, whatever you want inside of our Discord. So as far as artists that, are partnering up with us, that'll be fully accessible to you guys.
Very cool.
But yeah, we do have a little tab in there that says stage, and if people come in, they can only listen. So if you're planning on a little jam session or something, you got your recording up, you can, record it on, bring it over to Discord, set you up a little stage, put on a little performance. People can come in and listen, get your name out there.
Rocking.
And then again, that's all from the comfort of your own home,
So are there any specific things, events coming up and stuff you guys want to tell everybody about that are going to be rolling out when this first quarter of the year?
So I mean the t-shirt thing, the $50 package for a t-shirt and a NFT, that's going to be one of the things that are coming out. We're going to start minting, artist NFT collections. We're going to start back-end development of the NFT app, the NFT viewer and app. We're going to be looking at generating the actual world with all of the land plots and stuff like that, or the downtown area, and trying to take some pictures of that, just so y'all can have a sense of what it's going to look like, and to test the functionality of everything inside of our generator.
We got Mal asking to hop in for a second.
Hey Mel,
Hey
what's up?
guys, hey, I just wanted to come on and say, since he was asking, we're thinking like not next week or in a couple of weeks, we're going to be having a on the ground event where people can actually demo and see like what we've been working on. We can be face to face with them and talk to them about it. So I kind of announced that to some of my followers today when I was inviting them into the AMA. We're pretty much going to pop up at headquarters with a pop-up tent and like provide the atmosphere and just give anybody a chance to, listen to we're going to be doing the AMA out there live, so like to be there in the mix with us, ask any questions in person, get a feel for the Oculus and see like what we're really like planning to do, like full spectrum. So we're hitting the ground level with some of these events, and our next one's really soon. So we definitely want you guys who have like an interest in this to tell your friends. If they're in Houston, they can join us out at 1810 Ojamon, and we'll post all of that information on our Facebook and our socials. So just wanted to hop in and say that because we got that in the mix. as well, just kind of like a demo
point.
and just something new, something we got going on.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's the boss lady right there. Don't piss her off. She'll get your ass in line. But yeah, we are doing that. We're gonna have our own little Oculuses out here with like little demo areas, so you'll be able to come out, actually test out the Oculus, see what it's about, see why we think that it's so revolutionary as far as like a what's it called, a uh, social interaction tool, right? So be able to kind of walk you through a couple of the features of that, and then you'll be able to ask us any questions, hang out with us, drink a beer with us, and the actual bar that started everything.
So yeah, for the people who might know, why don't you just tell them where that is, and so they know where that might be located and where they can go and find that.
So it's essentially on the northwest side ish. It's 1810 Ojiman. That's going to be the address. Houston, Texas 77080.
Corner of Long Point and Ojiman.
Yeah, corner of Long Point and Ojiman. So everybody calls it the Big OG. So we'd love to have you out here. We're gonna set up a little tent, little couple, demo areas, next to the tent, and you're more than welcome to join us.
Heck yeah. I think that's about everything. Any other questions we got in chat here? I'm not sure. I haven't been on chat.
We can open up for questions if anybody has
Yeah,
questions.
just scroll through. Yeah, nothing too extravagant. Just a lot of keep up the good works and high fives and all that.
Working hard.
Heck yeah. As a small bonus thing, I'll just throw in there real quick. I did start a sort of a decentralized, separate podcast that has nothing to do with anyone specific, but I do want to capitalize as much on bringing in this community and this group because we have a lot of awesome people here, and I have a lot of respect for you guys and your opinions. So I want to get as many of the team members to sort of rotate through that podcast and just do like a general crypto talk and kind of go into what people are looking forward to, what developments people have seen, some fresh ideas that have come up in the space, and just sort of dig into the crypto lifestyle. What stuff needs to be talked about and what stuff needs to be shared as far as like technologies and building out the space.
Everybody needs to know that whenever you invest in crypto, you're sleeping on a mattress on the floor with chips next to your bed because you're crypto rich.
Little juice boxes, y'all. Little juice boxes.
Oh man.
Fruit cups and Vienna sausages, right?
But yeah, no, I mean, I'd love you get me on the podcast talking some crypto, bro. We can have some good conversation.
Yeah. There's a lot of technology there that's just like sleeping. It's like there's so many. We were talking the other day. There's so many ideas that are coming up from just basic everyday people. And when you start getting these mega heavy tech companies looking into this, it's just going to be blowing up with new stuff. There's going to be all kinds of advancements, and the people that are already looking into this, we're going to be on the forefront of this stuff. We're going to be leading that technology. So it's a super exciting space to be in, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, honestly.
And I mean, really given the ability for, artists to
Yeah,
have the
we
power of
literally,
music.
sorry, my bad. I was just gonna say, yeah, we literally just got our OC, and like I went on there and just checked out all the apps, and I was like, wow, that was fast. There really isn't much developed in that platform, so especially for musicians. We hear about art NFTs all the time. I just read on Google today that art NFTs are gonna blow up this year, and it's just like constantly leaving out the musician aspect of it. So this is really huge and really big, and it's definitely going to take off.
Well, it's like that post from Prince that we saw the other day, that he was talking about how like he was producing all the music himself. He was, promoting all the music himself. He was going on tours by himself. I mean, like, and he was trying to talk to the companies about, just making things more fair, not really, like leaving or wanting to do anything like that, but I mean, wanting to make things a little more fair because he was doing, 80% of the work, and they weren't about it, because if they made things more fair for the artists, they wouldn't be here. And, you know, in my opinion, like the artists don't need them, you know, they can do it themselves. And that's why we're here.
Yeah, yeah, they can always find their own studio and look for their own pricing and get everything themselves. Once they got their tracks, they shouldn't be, gouged out 60, 70% from these record labels that are just constantly taking. It's like that's the stuff they've worked hard for. That's the stuff they've been putting their life into, so that way they can monetize and live on. So,
Yeah. And I mean,
welcome,
it
well,
doesn't make sense that, you know, like they don't even get to keep the right to their music. You know what I mean? That's the part
yeah,
that gets me. It's like, you know, if they want to take their music and go somewhere else, like they literally can't because it's not owned by them in a sense, you know?
right. Yeah,
I
it's a
think it's
weird
just a
thing.
big thing that's just going to keep them from being able to actually, you know, be successful and be a future proof model, you know?
Well, it's really important for independent artists, man, because like the big guys, they get signed, they get pumped, they're gonna make their money. It's the little guys
Mhm.
that suffer, really. You know, the big guys make money from Spotify, they make a lot of money. Small guys, if you have 1,000 fans, okay, uh,
Mhm.
you know, you have 1,000 fans, they listen to your music, you get a couple, 1,000, 10,000 uh people to listen to your album, or maybe download it. Maybe they pay for the download, but it's just so inconvenient. Like, why pay for the download? I mean,
Yeah.
what is the incentive for a consumer to not just stream it, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you
And
really
then what
have
is the
fans,
artist?
it's like, look, they're going to give you $10 for a T-shirt, right? They'll just give you $10 anyways. They just want something in return. But what's better than a T-shirt? What's better than a CD is something that's going to increase in value with the value of the artist. That's what's
Yeah.
so great. It's like, it's like independent artists. They got 1,000 fans. They're all listening to their music. They're all buying their CDs. They're not making any money. Their fans aren't able to invest in them. You know, they're not
Yeah.
just giving away money on Patreon to everyone. I mean, it's tough. But
They're
if you
giving
have an
money to
NFT and you
the
say, look, one day
corporations.
I might be big and maybe I might not. But why buy a T-shirt when you can buy a piece of stock of what I've created? You know,
Exactly.
it's really changing the whole perception of what it means to be a fan and what it means
Let's
to
see. And
put somebody, because once you're a fan and you're invested in their music, you bought their first album, you want them to succeed. You're going to go out of your way to push it because you want your first album to be worth some money. It's an NFT. It's not like, reselling a T-shirt. Like it's tough. The NFT thing is going to change everything for the small independent artists. And the big guys can
and I
keep
mean,
Spotify.
yeah, and I mean,
And
whenever
we'll
you
take
actually
all the
start
small
making,
guys.
whenever you start making NFTs like that, I mean, like, you're giving the power to actually monetize yourself. I mean, like, you're keeping all of those profits, plus you're getting 10% royalties. You know what I mean?
Every time it
So,
changes hands, you get
yeah,
royalties.
every time it changes hands, and then I mean, it creates rarity for the artist's music again. Like if the Beatles had a fucking record, you know what I mean? Like, how many Beatles records are out there now? You know, so like, giving that sense of rarity, plus giving the security to the artist, and the fact that, like if you sell that, like let's say I'm a consumer and I want to go to iTunes and I want to buy, a fucking song off iTunes. If iTunes crashes tomorrow or they have some kind of server breach or some kind of server corruption, I mean, do you own that music? I mean, is that music still going to be there for you? Like as long as the internet's running, I mean, your NFTs are going to be there. Your music is going to be there. You actually own that asset
Yeah,
as
and what's
well as
great,
you're supporting the artist.
and what's great about what we're trying to do is, if you're an independent artist, most people go through a distribution company like CD Baby or DistroKid. Okay, almost everybody. Because if you want your stuff on all these platforms that basically exploit you and don't pay you any money, then you have to pay a fee. You have to pay a publishing fee and a distribution fee. There are platforms out there that have made it really easy and inexpensive, $50 to $100 or whatever it is, to not mint, but to publish music. That's what we're asking for basically that and less to mint something that to make something for you, a digital asset that's yours, that you can set your royalties to, everything like that. That's protected, that's safe, that can't get erased, that can't be held for ransom. by the Apples and the Spotify's of the
Yep.
world. So like I think that what's really fantastic is that why would you pay DistroKid to give away your music just so that you have some security that it's on these platforms forever? I mean, you can do that, but we're asking for basically the same amount of money, and we're going to mint your collection as something that's yours, and you control the royalties too. So it's not anything that independent artists aren't already used to. It's just the future. It's blockchain now. It's not going to be centralized. It's not going to be controlled by some CEO asshole in a company that's exploiting artists. It's going to be a community that feeds on each other and makes money together. You know?
Yeah, yeah. And so, I mean, the part that I'm, I guess, most excited about is the fact that, CDs are relevant again for people, like so let's look at it like this. Like if you want to go on YouTube and you want to be able to use a song, what did we see the other day? That it was a non-copywritten song. If you want to use it in a video, it's like $50, right? A copywritten song, if you want to use it in a video, it's like $5,000. Okay. So if you're buying an NFT and you want to physically own that song, I mean, 20 to $50 is a fair market price for, you to actually be able to put out your songs and people to own it for a lifetime and not have to worry about any central entity, controlling it, taking it back, or even a governmental entity like saying that they can't have it. I mean, the anarchist, you can't even own one, because our governments say that you
Right.
can't, but you put it on an NFT, there's no way they can take it from you.
Which is huge for our international people who are in countries who will have restrictions in what they can and can't say in their music, and where they can and
Yeah.
can't sell it, and how they can and can't take their money for it.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to have something for them so that they can still monetize their work and control their assets, and not have to worry about what they say or what they're publishing. Because we're not going to censor that kind of thing. That's not
Yeah.
that's
But
not.
our packages are set up to where, as long as you sell your songs for about $20 to $50 per, you'll be able to make, 2 to 5x on your investment. As long as you can market them, you can do that. Again, it's a platform to monetize yourself, but we will be able to give you the foundation to be able to do that. And even we have packages for those people that just want to come in and they just want to learn how to do it themselves. You know what I mean? We'll do that for you. Like, our Patreon level 50 or $50 level is we'll sit down with you, we'll tell you exactly what we need, and then we'll sit down with you and we'll make your first NFT. We'll walk you through the whole process, and then from there you're on your own. If you need our help from then or you want our promotion, let us know. We'll be happy to help you, you know. So we're
Also
trying
wanted to
to
add,
go ahead.
sorry. I just
No, you're
wanted to
good.
add because I don't think we touched on it. But you'll be able to like design your own avatar. So if you're like, you know, feeling like a certain theme is going to work for you, you can design your avatar and change it anytime for every performance.
Yep.
One of the things that really got me into this project is the fact that, like, I have kind of like a stage fright. So every time I would perform, by the time it was over, I was like, okay, I'm just so glad that it's over. But like, it would literally put me in horror just to be up there, even though it was a good show, even though I know what I was doing, it would still put me in that that fear mode. So this is a chance for somebody like me to not have to rub elbows with the right people to get my stuff out there. This is something that I can just do, even for like people who are like divergent like myself. We don't have the same social skills as everyone else, but we can use this platform to get our message across. We can type out what we feel about the song, and we can like be who we really are and have people judge us on our work instead of trying to like look and see if we look the part, or if we
Right.
have the stage presence that everybody's used to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And the
absolutely.
ability to actually, hide behind, I don't want to say hide behind, but, have an avatar that empowers you to be able to do that, is a really big part of why I wanted to get into this as well, because a lot of artists out there are judged on their looks. If they look ugly, your first impression of that artist is like, why am I listening to this, or why are they doing a music video? Like, but the ability to actually have your music out there, then be like, oh my God, this person has an amazing voice, like the amazing work, you know, and then you go and see them in a concert and it's literally whatever they want to their imagine, you know, or their imagination. It's just a really empowering thing. You know, a lot of people who aren't artists in the first place will now, you know, be able to consider actually taking that path because they don't have to worry about people judging them on their looks.
Anything else we got to toss in there? I think that's pretty much everything for now. I do want to get some of the ideas we covered. I want to get these into some of the podcasts so we get these up on YouTube. 'Cause I love the conversation that we're getting going here. This is good. This is good talks to be had. A lot of the music artists out there, they just. I worked with a guy a while back. His name was Christopher Lamarck, and he didn't have the traditional like the studio to produce in, and he was like struggling for funding. He actually had to move out of Chicago so that way he could find a place where he could afford to live and save up so he could produce his album. And we actually did a track together, basically in my grandparents' back room behind the house. We set everything up. We did the full recording, and it took a little bit of time. And I'm not like an expert at it, but it was enough to where we could get the track set up. We could make everything exactly how he wanted it, and yeah, we were able to like produce a song there, which we then got to showcase in Chicago downtown. And just getting to work with him like that, you get to see all these points where you're like, this guy is ridiculously professional. This guy is ridiculously clean. He's well branded. He knows everything he wants, but he is just like getting, you know, decimated by these companies that are trying to use him. And every place he goes, like every venue, they want a huge cut of what he's doing. And it's like, he couldn't monetize. He couldn't get traction with his own brand. And he's finally just now getting that like 10 years later. But he's not getting it in music. You know, his music is like a back seat to that. He's getting most of his traction actually talking about mental health and doing these like community talks in Chicago now. So yeah, it's been a struggle watching him go through that, but it's good to see a platform that's coming up now that's like giving that ability back. Like you have good music, you have a good brand, you have a good drive. This is a place where you can showcase it, where nobody can touch you. Nobody can tell you what to do. Nobody can tell you we need 70% from your album, you know. It's like no,
And
it's
that's why I like Ojerman because, you know, I mean, up here, man, I mean, it's like everybody's welcome. You know, there's a sign up here that says we all bleed the same blood, you know. And it's that same mentality on like if you want to present your art, like nobody's gonna judge you, man. You know, if you want to have a punk band come in here, like nobody judges you. Nobody says you look like shit. Nobody fucking talks shit to you, you know. Almost every single time, doesn't matter what your music sounds like, everybody says nice job, good performance, because just full of good people that fucking, you know, are passionate about art, music.
They're out here with their weekly drum circle and all of that.
Yeah, I mean they have a weekly drum circle. People come out here with drums, and there's like 20 of them in a drum circle, just all banging around till 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it's really a place that, you know, embraces like what's needed. You know, a hub for musicians and artists. Something that, you know, kind of died down throughout the years.
it's nice to see that like there's so much passion in the music space because so many of the people in this project have been involved in the music space. They've been through it, and like you guys have said, you're coming from a place where you already have an organic community of music enthusiasts, and you already have a place where like it's central. It's like a home feeling. You know, you have a home base where you can go, and everybody's respectful, and that's a badass place to start something like this. So
Yeah, and everybody looks out for everybody too. I mean, somebody talks trash about somebody else is fucking gonna talk trash to you. You know what I mean? Like we're family here. You
yeah,
know,
yeah, that's a
like
good space. That's a good
it's
space.
zero tolerance for you know putting people down and stuff. I mean, this is a place that really we try to bring everybody up.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I look forward to it, man. I look forward to the whole year. You know, this is going to be just a like an adventure, but it's building something important.
Just
And
the
I
beginning.
It's gonna be a big year.
was gonna say, even me, I got my freaking. Let me turn my keyboard over here. Ugh. This is just sitting next to me at all times. It's like I used to do guitar and I did piano and I was into so many things and I finally got a synthesizer and I was like, man, I love this synth. This is so much fun to play on and I never get time for it because it's always working for some job that doesn't make any sense and there's no way to. I've made like 150 real basic songs, but like there's been no way to monetize it. It's just been thrown up on Unity Asset Store and left. And I was like, yeah, that's never going to go anywhere. But now it has a chance of like maybe it can find a space where somebody at least finds a use for it or at least gets to see it. You know, a
I'm so
space
glad
where
you did.
indie music thrives.
Hmm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, I hope to get back into music. I hope to get back into all this passion that's kind of just been put on hold over the years. And this is a space where I'm comfortable, dedicating the rest of my life to. So
Hey,
I'm
and
looking forward
music
to
is
it.
something the world needs right now, man. You know,
Hell
it's
yeah.
something that's been lacking. I mean, really, I mean, dude, like I haven't heard of any good bands come out. I haven't heard of any, really big changing in genres. I haven't heard of anything like that because all these corporations, one, are controlling this fucking scene, and then two, artists don't have a platform to be able to like just be themselves and actually express what they want to do. I mean, as far as Queen, like if you watch the Queen movie, like Bohemian Rhapsody, they thought was going to be a trash ass song because it was fucking 12 minutes long, and they literally didn't want to fucking put it on the album, but Queen knew what they were doing, and it really needs to be up to the artist to be in control of what image they want to have on themselves, and take control of their own art and their own music.
Something incredible about this platform so far is that the musicians that we already have on the project are such a wide range. Like there's no like focus on any genre. I just talked to a couple of new musicians today that are interested as well. That I mean, just completely different range. From the shyest, just barely working on it to like very high production levels. So we're getting there. We're moving it.
Yeah, and I mean, he was showing me this one that this lady, she got into crypto and NFTs just recently, and she said she's looking at us really close, and she's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
I
we've
mean,
got a great following.
amazing.
It's gonna be
Like,
a good quarter here. Like we've got a lot of promising artists. We've got making good connections to get these artists on our platform, interested in the idea, and like Kenny, you've been crushing it, man, with socials. Thank you very much for all the help with like getting us moving along with social media. Like I've been doing my best to do my part, and Gunpoint as well. Like big accolades for that. You have a good following, and like that's a big help. We need to get like everybody involved. Just like get as involved as you possibly can. Share it up, man. Like
yeah.
talk about this project in any space that you possibly can.
And I mean, it's a community project, like we that's why the whole reason why we're setting up the decentralized autonomous organization whenever we do the world is because we don't want to have control over that. We want to literally just give a foundation for artists to be able to stand on, you know.
Yeah, I've been pumping all my community. I'll take this time to plug my band's Ken Carl project on Spotify. Ken Carl. Yeah, you can check it out. You can check out Dimitri's Ascent, Daft Fish, Mile High Funk. Let's see. That's all my projects right now that are active, rolling. So yeah, I mean, between that, I had a big community in Austin when I lived there for 10 years, and I know a lot of musicians there. I did a lot of work. I got to play some amazing shows. And now I live in Denver. I've been out here for almost 10 years now, and yeah, I've built another separate community of friends out here that are all involved in a bunch of projects, Magic Beans, uh, you know, um, just a bunch of larger acts out here in Denver. Um, but yeah, I'm stoked to get everybody pumped because all of these guys are just kind of like, oh, they're just kind of they're not so sure about the NFT thing. They're like, so what? I make an NFT, I'm still not making any money. you really have to give them a space where you know, they can make money, and they can make money off their community, and the community can make money together, you know. And it won't all be one space, you know. I mean, all these things are shared. It's just like the platforms of music right now. Um, there's many that, yeah, and you have to be on all of them, you know. Uh, we're just gonna be the first to really get it done and do it with a metaverse that's completely tied in with a governance token, soon to be you know, a wallet to wallet and staking token. Um, you know, coming soon. You know, it's just, there's so much potential, and we are in the beginning. You know, we're in the beginning of all of it, and that's where you know, it's just our positioning and is really strong, and we have a huge community that awaits something that they can really put their, you know, be behind. You know.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. And I think, you know, over the next 2 years, the project's really just going to start developing. I mean, within the next 2 years, we're looking at having, you know, hopefully a fully functional kind of arena. Um, as far as like a beta, you know, at least. And then, you know, as soon as the bull market hits, I mean, it's full force, you know what I mean? Because projects in a bull market, I mean, all of them do good. You know, so we just have to keep our heads up, keep developing until then, and then when everything starts picking up, we're gonna be there to kind of rock it.
Total guy.
You know, we're not going anywhere.
Nice, nice. Well, we're just past 1 hour here, so I'm going to stop the recording. If anybody has anything else to add on, more than welcome to.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right.
Well,
And
appreciate you guys coming, man. We'll look forward to having a fresh, new, badass year. All the shit coming out, and love the support from everybody, man. Thank you guys. You're fucking rocking it.
hell yeah. Yeah, the people in chat, the people outside of chat, the people on the socials, everything's like making
Everybody on the team, man. I think over the past like 3 months, we've developed a spot on team, man. And with this team, we can really get some shit done. So I'm really, really, really proud of my team.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I look forward to seeing some of the other campaigns rolling out too. Because I'm excited about this one. I really want to see how the T-shirt with the NFT thing goes. Because I'm wanting to put more into that, but I guess I want to see it first, and I want to see exactly what it can do. And I think that's an awesome spot. If that does
Yeah, that
well, we
bot is fucking
market.
legit, bro. Good
Spot on,
job.
bud.
Like, damn good job on that bot.
That was quick too. That was like 2 days, and I was like, "What the hell? Everything's ready to go, and
Yeah,
we're
I
done."
mean, you know, I'm always open to check out anybody else's stuff, you know, before we roll anything out. So, but yeah, I just came up with that. I thought it was a good idea. I was gonna try to do the first 50 all by hand, and then we'll just kind of generate from there, you know, and hopefully everybody likes it. I mean, it's so far it's gotten a lot of good reviews from my community. People are really stoked on the shirts. I don't know. It's gonna be a good little rollout, and it's gonna help us out a lot.
Top idea, buddy.
If the community supports, if everyone who's holding OG buys an NFT and a shirt, you know, hey, you know, it's like we're just building this community together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to
Hell
have
yeah.
some kind of merch up there is going to be really cool. You know,
Yeah.
first
it's gonna be great.
batch merch.
Opportunity to promote that at our event coming up, man. Like,
Yeah.
let's see how we can get that ball rolling. You know, like
Yeah.
that'll be our first in-person event where we'll be able to like put out that we have products and that we've got that streamlined. But
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
All
sounds
right.
great, guys.
Yes,
I'm gonna
we're in
close